In the previous video, you went through all the familiarities of writing a report, right? Now, let's get into the illustrations to understand this way better. So, in order to raise funds for the victims of a recent earthquake, your school organized a cultural night in which the student performers of your school and those from neighborhood schools presented various colorful programs. For what? For the victims of a recent earthquake. Who all? Your school organized a cultural night where the students of your school, the student performers of your school, and also from the neighboring schools, they presented various colorful programs such as songs, dances, fancy dress shows, one-act plays, etc. Salim Merchant, a top singer of India, also made a guest appearance. You were also present as a reporter to cover the program. Write a report in 150 to 200 words for your paper. Now, you are a reporter there and you have to cover this event in 150 to 200 words. Let's see how you do a good job. Now, this is proper illustration. Understand it like how we said the format. First is your headline. What is your headline? Reaching out. You are reaching out to whom? To the victims of earthquake. So this is about that. You are the reporter by Sapna. Now, what are the details? What, where, when, how, why, how? Like we said, this, the main thing covers all of it. Baroda, 20th November, the cultural night organized by Convent of Jesus and Mary. Baroda was an entertaining evening for a noble cause. We know the noble cause, right? The brilliant performance of students as they presented songs, dances, fancy dress shows and one-act plays kept the audience spellbound for 3 hours. You covered it all. You said all this happened. The audience was enjoying it. Now, the funds raised, this has happened, past tense. The funds raised were handed over to the district magistrate to be sent as relief for the victims of a recent powerful earthquake that jolted Kashmir, exposing the survivors to freezing temperatures in their makeshift shelters. So in Kashmir, the earthquake happened and obviously everything was broken. They had no place to live and it was freezing temperature, right? With temperatures dipping and snowfall reported in the hills in Jammu and Kashmir, the government is working around the clock, full day, day and night, to help ensure relief supplies reach the most vulnerable populations by mid-December. The government is doing day in and day out, they are working day in and night out, I should say that. They are doing this continuously so that the people get their supplies, the people who are suffering. As a fellow human, it is the duty of each one of us to extend a helping hand. You see, this is how we close it. It is our duty. You are giving something, you are telling something, right? Please, this has happened and it is each one's duty to extend a helping hand, right? This is how it is. Now, if you see further, the contribution is meager, it's very small, said Mrs. Gupta, the principal of the school. Now, this is how you are concluding. Maybe the interviews, the comments or the future action, whatever you want to talk about, the way you want to cover it. So, she says it's very small, said Mrs. Gupta, the principal of the school, but it is our way of reaching out to the hapless victims, the poor helpless ones, to let them know that we feel their pain too. Even we feel their pain. So we want to express it in this form. The eminent singer Salim Merchant, who was the chief guest, applauded the efforts of the students. He was happy that, he came there as a chief guest and he says, wow, this is something that they have done very good for the noble cause. And this is how we end this report. This is how it will come in your paper, in your school magazine, and this is how you have put it. Because you witnessed this event and you wrote everything about it. So you see, this is how we are going to write our next ones as well. Now, That was an event that happened in your school. Now let's talk about a report about an accident. 4 killed as car rams into bus. 4 people killed, that's your headline, right? What is the byline? The reporter's name, by Shweta Vashisht, staff correspondent. Panchkula, 15th July 2020. 4 people were killed and at least 2 seriously injured when a Maruti 800 car banged into a private bus at Sector 15, round about 2 p.m. here today. According to preliminary reports and eyewitness accounts, the driver of the car lost control of his speed and he failed to apply the brakes. The bus was waiting for passengers at the Sector 15 bus stand. The injured have been rushed to the government hospital, Panchkula, and further investigations are on. Now you see, this is the body. Said all the details. The bus was there. It is the driver's fault. He lost control of the speed and he banged into the bus. This is all from the eyewitness as well, who were there, who saw it happen, according to their information too. What did you observe in this report? Let's see. The headline of this report is short and is not a complete sentence. Yes, 1 minute. Let's go back and just check this. Let's go back. See, what is the report? 4 killed as car rams into bus. Is it a complete sentence? No. This is how your headlines are supposed to be. They are not an entire sentence. It is exactly what happened. 4 killed as car rams into bus. Got it? Let's see further. The name of the reporter is followed by date, place and time of the incident. We saw the name of the reporter. Then what is the place, the date, the time. The entire report is broken down into many paragraphs. In the first paragraph, the entire incident is reported in a gist form. That means in a summary form, in a summarized form. The subsequent 2 paragraphs, the next 2 paragraphs, mention the other details related to the incident, and the final paragraph contains the inconsequential details. The final paragraph, let's go back. The final paragraph is telling you what? The injured have been rushed to the government hospital, Panchkula, and further investigations are on. Now, the whole thing has just happened. So, the investigations are yet on. So, it is inconsequential. There is no outcome out of it, right? They have not mentioned they're on, but what after that, no one knows. The whole report is factual. It is totally fact-based. Nothing is fake. Nothing is fictitious. The entire report is in the third person and the passive voice. There is no I, me, you used over there. It is he, the driver, the bus. It is nothing direct. It is the third form and it is in the passive voice. So you see, this is how we are going to write further reports. So stay tuned for the next video.